Hello, I'm a HeyGen avatar of Andre Dietrich, replaying a lightning talk from the last hackathon in Göttingen, directly combined with the comments, i.e., the speech output in LiaScript. Don't believe me? Click Next. Click again to continue. And now back. Click again to continue. And now back. Documents and teaching materials are as old as humanity itself, and it's fair to say that they have hardly changed for millennia. Same content, same form, everywhere, always. The medium has changed, but not the way we interact with it. You see it, but you can't grasp it. PDFs are easy to share and copy, the printing press is gone, but they're still as rigid as the stone tablets from over 5,000 years ago. Surely, with the help of computers or even simple browsers, we can finally invite learners to truly understand and experiment, right? Now comes the big but. Digital learning materials are often exactly that: static text, PDFs, and videos, which the learner struggles through, and at the end, there's a quiz. We call that interactive. You clicked the right thing, but did you understand? The content remains the same, regardless of whether you know the answer or guessed. The box is checked. The document is looking at you. The other extreme is notebooks, code that actually runs. That's powerful, but content and code are two separate worlds on one page. You read, code interrupts. You execute, you lose track. Text explains, code calculates. But they don't communicate. Stell dir vor, du willst. Imagine you want to understand how much carbon dioxide a tree absorbs. Here's the answer: the formula for photosynthesis. Beautiful, correct, and completely silent. How many trees do I need to offset my car journeys? The formula doesn't answer, it looks at you. In 2013, Brett Victor demonstrated what documents could look like. His system is called Explorable Explanations, which encourages experimentation and exploration in every respect. Every element can be manipulated by the learner, and every interaction has repercussions for other areas of the document. In LiaScript, this is
So this is an example from signal processing. This is a digital filter. Again, don't worry if you don't know what that is. This is just a system. Here are some equations that describe how it works, and here is one way of representing what the system is doing. It's a frequency response. And the system has two parameters, the cutoff and the queue, and I can grab this knob and drag left and right to adjust one, drag up and down to adjust the other. You'll notice there's something else happening when I'm dragging this around. So if you look up here, there's this coefficient kf that's being multiplied. And in this representation, I have no idea what kf is. Like, is it near 0? Is it near 1? Is it near 100? Is it negative? I have no idea what the range of this number is. As I'm interacting, you'll see that number changes to a concrete coefficient. And now I can get a sense of exactly what coefficients I'm dealing with.
in LiaScript, this is reality. Today, for everyone, open source. And the presentation you're seeing right now, that's itself a LiaScript document. Explorable Explanations uses Tangle, a JavaScript library that still needs to be combined with HTML and CSS. Essentially, it's an anti-pattern. JavaScript files are included somewhere in the document's head, interacting with the page from the outside, intercepting events, and modifying content. A friend of mine once aptly described it as the all-knowing alien spider. You don't know which part of the code was responsible for which change. In LiaScript, we adopted the idea, but not the implementation. Scripts are placed directly in the document, precisely where the calculation takes place. The result is immediately visible, as text, as HTML, or as LiaScript. What's more, scripts can be directly linked to inputs that trigger a recalculation, and chained together with other scripts. This creates precisely the complex interactions that Brett Victor proposed. What does that look like? Look here, a reactive document. The dynamically generated elements are highlighted in color. Those that also have a border are linked to an input, activated by simply clicking on them. Looks good, doesn't it? I deliberately chose a pessimistic example here. 10 trees are quite few. You'd have to increase the number. The number of compensated journeys is still quite small, probably because a 400 kilometers journey in urban areas is simply not a realistic value. On the other hand, an SUV isn't a suitable city car either. Try different models. But what if my calculations and algorithms are incorrect? In LiaScript, you can inspect the content, that is, the code, with a simple double click on the result of a calculation. In the diagram, I started with a very pessimistic assessment, focusing solely on the carbon dioxide sequestered by very young trees. However, it's possible to specify whether the trees are older, the balance improves year by year, or whether other tree species are more suitable. Any change will directly recalculate the diagram. This means that relationships presented solely as static images, tables, or diagrams no longer need to be simply accepted at face value. In other words, it's not the author's authority that counts, but rather the ability to question the presented relationships, change underlying assumptions, or explore them playfully. And it's just as sensible to distrust the code, the analyzers, the models. We've integrated this through code exploration. A double click provides deeper insight into the methods and assumptions. And as you could see, I had hidden errors here too.
Jetzt kommt das große Aber. Digitale Lehrmaterialien sind oft genau das.